Hi again. Here's another series of Orphan cars. This time a look at Plymouth with emphasis on the 1957 to 1959 Fury. Chrysler Corporation was founded in 1925. In that year there were dozens of startup brands all competing with one another, and each looking to dominate a particular space in the market. In 1928, Chrysler came out with its Plymouth brand, aiming at car buyers in the lower price market. Plymouths offered standard features such as internal expanding hydraulic brakes not offered by the competition. The Depression was nearly here, starting in late 1929, but because of its lower price and features, the 1931 Plymouth rose to number 3 in sales among all cars. Sales were not as good, though, in 1932. In 1933, Chrysler upgraded Plymouth with a new 6-cylinder engine with downdraft carburetor. In 1940 and 41, Plymouth almost passed Ford as the second most popular make of cars in the U.S. Well, let's move on now to the 1950s. By this time, designer Virgil Exner had joined Chrysler. This was the start of the jet age in car design, and in 1955, Plymouth was already sprouting modest tail fins. Massive tail fins made their appearance in 1957 models. There was also something else different in the 1957 Plymouth, and that was fake dual headlights. What appeared to be an extra headlight was actually not. It's a parking light and a signal light. Dual headlights would not receive state's approval until 1958. The 1957 to 1959 Plymouth Fury was to become iconic in car design, luxury, and performance. Their ad slogan in 1957 was, "Suddenly it's 1960." Here's their jingle.
Suddenly it's 1960. 1960 is here today.
This may have been the beginning of the long, low, and wide futuristic look. Some say this is where the muscle car era began. In 1957, Plymouth offered a 318 cubic inch engine turning out 290 horsepower with dual carburetors available. In 1958, the Fury could be had with a 350 cubic inch, 305 horsepower engine with dual carbs. And in 1959, the Fury was powered up again with a 361 cubic inch high-performance engine available. These models also had outstanding handling and braking capabilities for a full-size car. 57, 58, and 59 Furies were available with push-button automatics or 3-speed manual transmissions. For 59, a 4-speed manual transmission was offered. For their day, these were probably the fastest cars on the road. These cars had beautiful interiors to match their performance. In 59, an option was swivel bucket seats. Back then, Plymouth, like other Chrysler products, had something called torsion air ride. Not much air in it, but cars were equipped with torsion bar front suspension and offset rear leaf suspension. This was all aimed at a more comfortable ride. For the years 1957 to 1959, the Plymouth Fury was the car of the future, and one that other car companies tried to copy. There was only one problem with these models, and that was rust issues. It's a problem that plagued not only Plymouth but other Chrysler models as well. For that reason, these cars have become very rare and desired by collectors. Quality control problems carried on into the early 60s. But Plymouth was still a profitable brand. In 1960, Plymouth moved away from a frame platform to a unibody to create more rigidity and fewer rattles. There were certainly other Plymouth models available over the years, including the Plymouth Barracuda, the Roadrunner, Plymouth Valiant, Voyageur, Satellite, Acclaim, Caravelle, Savoy, and many, many more. But this account looked mainly at the Fury, as it was the gold star brand for the 1957 to 1959 model years. As a footnote, designer Virgil Exner was fired as chief designer at Chrysler in 1960 or 61. Exner was let go by Chrysler after a design dispute with Chrysler president Tex Colbert. Well, that's it for now. But the field is littered with orphan cars no longer deemed profitable by the big three. As Jack Webb might have said, there are a million stories in the naked city. This has been one of them. I thank you for viewing. We'll see you next time.